Dear colleagues, professors and students, I appreciate very much to be here. That's another conference in this project that we are together working on for 3 years. And I have to say that the project and conferences are always perfect, but something else is perfect, which is not a responsibility of CIA, and this is the weather this time. so we appreciate to be in this magnificent town, to have so nice weather after the conferences. I'm going to speak of some demographic data, even I'm not a demographer, and I hope I won't make some mistakes. I'm family lawyer and family professor, but because this project is a demographic one, I think in the introduction I will give you some demographic data on Serbia, about Serbia. And fortunately for this project, we have a census of population in 2022. So it's very new, and we just got some new data, and we are happy to have it right now. My title is Pro-Natal Family Policy, Legal Instrument in Serbia, but pro-natal family policy in the good sense, not in one of the bad senses from the past. Total number of inhabitants in Serbia is more than 6,500 inhabitants. There is no change in the share of people under the age of 15 in the total population, as you see, in 10 years. But there is noticeable decrease in the share of people aged from 15 to 64. We have a decline in this share of people. Then a share of people aged 65 and over increased from 17 to 22. That is in 10 years. So you can see fertility rate. Yesterday we heard about fertility rate in some other countries, Croatia, Czechia, as I remember. In Serbia, fertility rate is for now 1.5. Not too bad, I think. Data that are very important for demography, as we already heard from my colleague, who is demographer and knows these things much better. This is birth rate, mortality rate, and natural increase. I compare 2 years in 20 years, so 2002 and 2022, as you see. So birth rate is decreased, mortality rate increased, and very much, if you see, from 13 to 16, and if I may say, this was a pandemic year, so I assume that is due to COVID. We had a lot of deaths due to COVID, so we can see that from the statistical data. Of course, that affects natural increase. So natural increase was in 222 -3, and now is -7. This is too much. This is catastrophic, I think. But I hope that will improve now when we don't have this a lot of deaths due to pandemic. So I hope that natural increase in 10 years, when we have another or something, another census, it would be much better. I hope that. Now I will present some measures in Serbia. Well, the measures are not really family law measures, but maybe measures from the social law. But I think they are important for this project and for these issues on demography. So it is very important to present some items from the law on financial support from family with children. That's a very important law in that sense from 2017. So what are the measures? For the first child, every family can get 300,000 dinars as a lump sum. Well, I didn't make it in euros, but it could be more than 2,000, maybe 2,050 or 500, something like that. For the second child is 2,040 dinars, but this first one is a lump sum, so it's in one sum. Well, for at the moment when the child is born. But for the second child, this sum is paid in 24 monthly payments, so in 2 years. For the third child is even more, 1 million and almost 1 million and a half, and this is paid in 120 monthly payments, so in 10 years. For the fourth child is over 2 million and paid again in 120 monthly payments, like 10 years. So I found the data that 87 billion dinars on the year basis are paid for the support for childbirth to the parents from Serbian budget. Another allowance is child allowance, but child allowance is the right which depends on the financial situation of the family. First one, parental allowance does not have any impact, well, there is no impact with the economic situation of the parents. Everybody can get that. But child allowance is just for the families that are not so good in financial terms, so depends on financial situation of the family. After that, we have work allowances, which are stipulated in another law, that is law on labor from 2005. We have, this is interesting, but I think you will understand me because a lot of us are lawyers, so I will try to explain our situation with maternity leave. Maternity leave lasts 3 months, but after that we have leave for the child care for additional 9 months. Why is that? We have tradition of 1 year of the maternity leave for mothers for birth of first child and every other. But what happened? When this labor law was passed and of course examined by some European bodies, and we got something that was not very positive for us, and that they think that 1 year is too much and we could not have 1 year, and we have to replace that with some small, short-term maternity leave. As I can say, our legislator was very clever, and they introduced not only maternity leave, but leave for the child care for additional 9 months, but this leave is for everyone. This is not just for the parents with child who needs some special care, but it's for everyone. So now we also have at the end 1 year, and European bodies were satisfied. So this is, I think, a very good solution for us. So maternity leave is the leave available for the mothers mostly, but the father can take this maternity leave, which lasts 3 months, only if mother is not able to care for the child. But leave for the child care is available for mothers and fathers in the same way. They can choose. They can make a decision what is for this family better. Is it better to mother to take leave or father? It is possible also to share these 9 months between parents. But as you can imagine, a lot of mothers use maternity leave and also this leave for the child care. But in 22, there is just about 400 fathers who used leave for the child care, stay with the child, and mother. This is possible also for the mother who are employed. And that's very good, because if in some family maybe mothers earned more and has a better job, it is possible for mother to go to their job and to return, and the father can stay at home and take care of children. That this is a possibility, but you see that it's not much used for now. Also, law on labor stimulates birth of third and fourth child, as maternity leave and the leave for the child care last for 2 years. So this is also very good and very convenient for mothers and fathers who have more than 3 children. Then we have also something which is very important, I think, also regulated by the law on financial support for family with children, and this measure is new one from 21st. This is payment for purchase or building family house or apartment on the ground of a birth of a child. That means in 23, the maximum amount is 20,000 euros for every family. I think that's a very good measure. The condition for getting this amount is that this family acquire family residential building or an apartment in the territory of Serbia for the first time. That is the requirement. And this apartment cannot be sold within a period of 5 years from the purchase or construction without the consent of the guardianship body competent to protect the rights and interests of children, which means that if they maybe want to sell this apartment and to buy maybe bigger one for the family, that's okay. Guardianship authority will give the consent. But if they just want to sell it for some other reason, then they to go for traveling or something like that, then guardianship body, of course, wouldn't get the permission. Then there is also one good measure, that this is reimbursement of value-added tax. This is meant for purchase of the family home for the first time, if that is the first dwelling, and for the dwelling of, let's say, 40 meters for one person, and to additional 50 meters for every member of his or her household, if the member of the household is not the owner of another dwelling. So it has to be first one, and This is how they can get value-added tax. And value-added tax, I'm not so sure, but maybe it's 20% or something like that in Serbia. I'm not so sure about that. But this is also, it is, okay, thank you. But this is also a very good measure, 20%. It's not something that is not important. I will just explain something that is really family law measure. And this is the institution of family home, which is introduced in Family Act in 2005. And that was the first time that this measure, right to reside, and this is in the form of habitatio. Most of us are lawyers, so we know what the habitatio is. This is in favor of a minor child and the parent who exercises the parental rights. Conditions are they do not possess a vacant apartment. Such a decision would not constitute a clear injustice for the parent who is the owner of the apartment, so they can stay in the apartment of the other parent who is the owner, and it lasts until maturity of a child. The reason for drafting such a provision is an obligation to provide the child with such a protection and care which is necessary for the child's welfare, mostly after the divorce. After the divorce, so the family could stay in the family home even if the owner of the apartment is, let's say, father, and he will have only nuda proprietas until 18 years of the child. And maybe this is interesting. I will present one Supreme Court decision on family home. That was a decision of the lower court according to which it would be unjust to the defendant, the father, the husband, to constitute the right to reside in favor of his minor child and reverse the decision as wrongful. Why this decision is wrongful? Because the fact that the apartment was a gift to the defendant from his mother does not constitute ground for the implementation of the legal standard clear injustice. This is what father explained. He thinks that because this apartment is gift from her mother, it would be unjust to give the right to reside to his ex-wife and his children, if you imagine. So, of course, this is not. It could not be defined as clear injustice. That is not injustice at all, because this is protection of the family. Legal standard, clear injustice, do not concern how ownership right is constituted, but rather concerns if the entire situation of the defendant. This would concern his health, social status, or other circumstances which could not improve by his own action, if probably he doesn't have any other place to live or other means for maintenance, or doesn't work, or something else, but this fact, of course, it's not. The fact that in this case, the defendant was psychologist with a full-time job, and all other circumstances in this case did not indicate the existence of the clear injustice to the defendant. And what is also very important for having more children in one country and in Serbia, we have regulation of biomedical assisted fertilization. There is a law on biomedical assisted fertilization from 2017, but these procedures, techniques are more available from 2020. This is like that. The procedures for the stimulation are free of charge, limitless. And 3 embryo transfers for the woman until reaches not 43, but now it's 45, are free of charge. And for the second child, we have also free of charge procedures. 2 procedures for the stimulation are free of charge, and 1 embryo transfer. And what I heard 2 days ago, because we have round table on assisted fertilization in Academy of Science in Belgrade, and I heard from one doctor, gynecologist, that what is very important as well is that now they can use just 1 embryo for transferring to the body, which is more health. It's healthier for a woman. But now our state allowed that just 1 embryo would be transferred, and that is much convenient, much better, because if there are 2 or 3 embryos and 2 or 3 children, some of them could be ill or something like that. So they are as gynecologists, they are very satisfied with that possibility. One child in proper time. So that's also very good measure, state measure. Now I just want to make some conclusions. As you see, most of the measures are of financial ground, helpful for young people wanting to create family, from the measures as parental allowances for house, for free of charge assisted reproduction. But what final effect of these measures would be? That's the main question. Are they stimulating enough for couples to decide to have more children, which we need if we want to have natural increase better than -7? I think that overall social, economic, and political circumstances prevail in the decision making on childbirth. These measures are helpful, but I think that most important is social, economic, and political circumstances in one country. And in Serbia, I have to say that these overall circumstances are not very helpful for young people, young families. Thank you very much for your attention.